Welcome to the Wild West Farmer. My name's Casey. Today is April the 9th, and we're going to continue planting Milo. We've got just like 20 acres of dryland left, and then around 180 acres of pivot and drip. So hopefully we'll have a productive one, be able to get everything finished up. We're gonna get our pivot started back on our wheat. A little rain sure helped us out. So we got a lot in the making for this Wednesday. Well, I just thought we were gonna get something done. Got over here, had a little bit of racket in the front end of this tractor. So it turns out our variable drive fan here, this piece is bad. We've got a seal out in there. I'll show y'all more when we get it out. So we actually went and got a brand new one, and we're gonna have to stick in the front of this tractor right quick. I might could have got by, go ahead and running just one more day on it, but I don't want to take no chances of catching my tractor on fire. So we're gonna pull this apart and we're gonna put it back together before we resume planting. Hopefully this will take no less than an hour, but it's an hour of moisture that we are losing, but that's just the cost of doing business and part of being a farmer. Got the first half off. So I got a little belt gauge. This checks, see if your belt is good. If it fits in the smaller rectangle there, it's wore out. So that is definitely needs replaced. We've got a new belt, luckily. So we're gonna stick the new belt in, pulling the wiring harness out. Anyway, we're just gonna try to get this whole unit right here off. So right there's the new unit. Don't ask what that cost. It's not cheap. Looks a lot different with that out. What we got to do now is change our hydraulic fitting over. We got to put a little breather in right here in this hole, and then we'll stab it back in, start reassembling. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this fan off. That way we can get us a new belt, because this one checks out bad. I'll start doing that while Cheeto's messing with this. We'll be good to go here before too long. Call us mechanics now. I'm gonna turn my resume into John Deere. Might pay better than farming dryland Milo. If you're wondering what this does, this is a set of pulleys essentially that is hydraulically driven through the tractor, and that works like a centrifugal clutch. Puts oil pressure in here and makes this tighter, which makes the belt spin faster on the fan. So I just set this up here where y'all can get a listen of this thing. Oh man. Boy, did we get lucky. We might have been throwing flames out the side of that thing if we'd have kept running. Okay, moment of truth. Would you look at that?
That's much better.
Much better.
Minor setbacks this morning. Everything seems to be going good. Population's good. I got this little corner right here behind me, and then I got the pivot right on the other side of that wheat. It's gonna be a long day, but we'll get it knocked out. You can see it real well how it's been running right where the strip till ran. So those are lined up, which is good. Cleared off the row to where the wheat stubble is out of the way, and the planter can just make a nice little seed bed right there. I did find some seeds. Right there's one. The other one. The other one. I'm gonna keep on rolling. Hopefully I can get a lot done today. Got this field basically done. You can see the pivot pad right there. Now I can't see it.
Checking on our seed level. Getting down pretty far. I think we're gonna average about 28,000 seeds per acre, which is pretty good. We brought some more seed for him. Me and Albert, we're gonna go grab Cheeto's pickup. We're gonna move it all the way to Idlew. We're gonna go move some stuff around. Cheeto gets the honors of taking the big planter on the long haul. All right, see ya.
Time for the long haul. Let's get after it.
He's gonna take that, go unhook it. He's actually gonna go get my dad's planter. My dad's tractor's in the shop. So he's gonna borrow this one for tomorrow and plant a little bit of Milo. Albert's been running that little stalk cutter, that single bladed stalk cutter out here, just busting up clods we ran, the furrow ripper, and pulled quite a bit of them up. And we knew that's not gonna work for kind of planting conditions. So we're trying to mellow out the soil just a little bit more in preparation for planting it next month. Essentially, he just ran through here and ran it right on top of where that ripper ran and took those big clods and made them smaller clods. Pretty impressed. The little stalk cutter did a good job. This is what Albert's coming to get. He's gonna go and hook the stalk cutter and he's gonna hook onto this of my dad's. This is a case 1210. It's just like the 8-row planter I have. It's on 3050s. But maybe we'll see this thing in action tomorrow. Figured it up. It's about 13 miles to this field from where we were. So pretty good haul, especially with that big planter. We've been watering down here, for 12 days. We turned off when we got that little rain. We're actually gonna scoot over. We're gonna drive on top of our tape this year, and we're gonna plant our Milo out here in this virgin soil, just like we planted all our dryland Milo. We're gonna do the same thing on this drip. That's the first time we've refilled. That makes 20 bags for roughly 500 acres planting. Super blessed with that rain. Met all this moisture up good, especially on these drip fields where we've been watering. There he is. Planting back in there. Just pray that the Lord will bless us this year, that this crop will grow and be a prosperous crop for me and my family and Cheeto and Albert that work here, and we can just bless others with it. Don't run till midnight.
Okay.
Because you got to work tomorrow.
Oh, darn it. Getting close to being the end of another day. I believe this will finish this farm off, and then we got another 60 acres to go tomorrow.
This last 60 acres of Milo going in. This is what we ended up ripping and running the vertical tillage over. He's gonna turn his fan on. I'm gonna turn the gauge wheels, prime the splinter up. So we just essentially mimic like it's going in the ground. That primes these plates. And then the seeds start falling out. You see those little seeds. You gotta do this 3 times because there's 3 transmissions. That's the pivot rut. You can see right here where the pivot hose has been watering. That's in between the narrow rows, whereas the fat rows always got a tire marked in it. Our seeds are at the correct depth that I like. We're planting them about that deep. So I know that's not very scientific, that deep, but it looks good. I think they'll come on. So we're gonna leave it be. So once again, back to another planter. This is my dad's planter. What we're gonna do is crank my tractor up that he's using and see if the correct GPS lines are in this monitor. So luckily, they are in here. My dad should be good to plant now. Spread one bag. Just planting a little drip. You have a bunch to plant, don't you?
1,150.
Yeah, so we'll have to add more bags later. But for right now, we're just going to give it a test sample. So I've got one more load of spray to put out. I've got a half a pivot over there and a half a pivot that Cheeto's currently planting right now. Albert's on the water truck getting me one more load of water. We've got a lot of this type of content coming. If you're looking to subscribe and if you enjoy this type of content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on what's next. So this is why I have to be super selective of the winds that I'm using right now. I'm using an east wind to blow away from this wheat crop we've been watering. Milo's on this side, kind of dressing it off. You can tell I'm spraying just this direction. Get this big sprayer turned around. Give it some gas, flip my master on. And back to the other side we go. But at some point, hopefully this field will be green of Milo and weed free. It's better to spray behind the planter, that way you get your chemical blanketed even and undisturbed across the top of the soil. When you spray in front, the planter has a chance to take some of that chemical and move it out of the way, and it creates an open spot for the weeds to germinate and grow through. So we kind of look at the chemical as a blanket layer. We want to layer that ground off to where no weeds can germinate, only the crop can grow. There's my dad planting. He's planting this little drip. It's hard to farm without lunch deliveries. What are we having?
Patty melts and tater tots. Woo!
This field that I'm currently on is pretty wet and it has a lake bottom in it right there. I've had to pick my planter quite a bit. I've had 3 row units that I've had to take the gauge wheel off of there to clean it out because that mud is just sticky as all get out, and I think I'm having problems again. See, like right there where that scraper is, it clogged up this wheel with mud, and then it will stop turning, and you got to get under there and start you got to unplug it. So it's taking me way longer than I expected it to.
So I just pulled up to this field that Cheeto's been planting in. He's still not quite got it planted. Been a heck of a week. We've battled through. We've got it done. Everything worked pretty good, other than the fan drive on that tractor. We had to swap that out yesterday morning, or this field would have been planted yesterday afternoon. So worked out. We found the winds, got everything sprayed. Super blessed to have the opportunity to plant this crop on this little piece of moisture that we got. You know, 6/10 to an inch is still not a lot of rain, especially for this area. We got it in the dirt, and we got most of it in moisture. There's a couple spots it's gonna be a little dried out until we do get a finishing rain. Save the irrigated for last because it's wetter. We've been watering there.
That's my view from the inside. There's a little click, and then the other side clicks. And now we are in transport mode, ready to make the long haul back to the barn.
We've had a fun week, 4 days of planting here. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Click that Wild West Farmer logo there in the corner of your screen if you're looking to subscribe. We got a lot of content just like this. We got a lot more coming. This is just the first part of our Milo plant. Hopefully we don't have to replant any, but yeah, you just never know. So not gonna say we're done until we're done. Thanks for watching.